Judges 9. Am, son of Jerub-Baal, went to Shechem to his uncles and all his mother's relatives, and said to them, ask all the leading men of Shechem what you think is best, that 70 men rule you. All the sons of Jerub-Baal, or one man rule. You'll remember that I am your own flesh and blood. His mother's relatives reported the proposal to the leaders of Shechem. They all were inclined to take Ab because they said, he is after all one of us. They gave him 70 pieces of silver from the shrine of Baal-of-the-Covenant. With the money, he hired some reckless staff soldiers, and they followed along after him. He went to his father's house in Ophrah and killed his half-brothers, the sons of Jerub-Baal, 70 men. And one stone, the youngest Jotham, son of Jerub-Baal, managed to hide, the only survivor. Then all the leaders of Shechem and Beth Millo gathered at the oak by the standing stone at Shechem and crowned Ab king. When this was all told to Jotham, he climbed to the top of Mount Jotham, raised his voice and shouted, listen to me, leaders of Shechem, and let God listen to you. The trees set out one day to appoint kings of themselves. They said, the olive tree, rule over us. But the olive tree told them, I am no longer good for making all oil. That gives glory to gods and men. And to be demoted to waving over trees. The trees then said to fig tree, you can come rule over us. But the fig tree said to them, I am no longer good for making sweets. My mouth watering sweet fruit, and to be demoted to waving over trees. The trees then said to the vine, you can come rule over us. But the vine said to them, I am no longer good for making wine. wine that cheers gods and men. And to be demoted to waving over trees? All the trees said to the tumbleweed tree, "You can come rule over us." But the tumbleweed said to the trees, "If you're serious about me making me king, come and find shelter in my shade. But if not, let fire shoot from tumbleweed and burn down the cedars of Lebanon." Now listen, do you think you did a right and honorable thing when you made Ab king? Do you think you treated Jerub-Baal and his family well? Did for him what he deserved? My father fought for you, risked his life, and rescued you from Midian's tyranny. And you have just now betrayed him. You misguarded his son, 70 men on a single stone. You made Ab, the son of his maidservant, king over Shechem, leaders, because he's your relative. If you think this is an honest day's work, this way you have treated Jerub-Baal today, then enjoy Ab and let him enjoy you. But if not, let fire break from Ab and burn up the leaders of Shechem and Beth Milo. And let fire from the leaders of Shechem and Beth Milo burn up Ab. And Jotham fled. He ran for his life. He went to Bear and settled down there because he was afraid of his brother Ab. Ab ruled over Israel for 3 years. Then God brought bad blood between Ab and Shechem leaders, who now worked treacherously behind his back. Violence boomed, urged the murderous violence, and killed the 70 brothers, the sons of Jerub-Baal. Was now loose among Ab and Shechem leaders who had supported the violence. To undermine Ab, Shechem leaders put man in abolish on the mountain passes who robs travelers and those roads. And Ab was told, At the time, Jill's son, Abed, arrived with his relatives and moved into Shechem. The leaders of Shechem trusted him. One day, they went into the fields, gathered grapes in the vineyards, and told them in the winepress. Then they held a celebration in their God's temple, a feast, eating and drinking, and then they started pulling down Ab. Japh's son Abed said, "Who is this Ab? And who are we Shemanites to take orders from him? Isn't he the son of Jerub-Baal? And isn't his henchman Zubal? We belong to the race of Hammer and Bear, the noble name of Shechem. Why should we be tithes of Ab? If I were in charge of the people, the first thing I'd do is get rid of Ab. I'd say, show me your stuff, Ab. Let's see who's boss." Here. Thank you for listening to this chapter, and God bless.